When it comes to becoming a software developer, people give all sorts of reasons, but I don't think all of them are good. So in this video, what I want to do is go through some of the main reasons for becoming a software developer and rank them from best to worst, where best is a 5-star reason and worst is a 1-star reason. So without any further ado, let's jump in. The first 3 items are money, satisfaction, and building. Money refers to the simple fact that being a software developer pays well. Satisfaction means that you enjoy coding, you enjoy programming. And building is particularly attractive to those people who enjoy creating things. I'm going to put money as 3, satisfaction as 5, and building as a 4. Money is a 3 for me because it's not the main driver. I think for me it's more important to actually enjoy the programming aspect of things. And building is related to that satisfaction, but I think you should figure out first whether you enjoy building software or maybe you enjoy other forms of building like hardware or something physical. The next 3 items are status, problem solving, and something that I call idea to reality distance. Status is very simple. Being a software developer is seen as something desirable. Problem solving is something that you definitely need as a software developer. You need to be able to exercise your critical thinking in order to solve complex problems. And the distance from idea to reality in the software world is much shorter than it is in the physical world. It takes a shorter amount of time to build a software application than it takes to build a physical product. So for me, status is a 2. Status for the sake of status is not something to pursue. Problem solving is absolutely crucial, and in any software developer that I work with, I want to see their problem solving abilities. Their critical thinking needs to be top notch. And idea to reality, I love the fact that we can build products fast in the software world, and for me that's a 4. The next 3 items are creativity, the fact that it's hot to be a software developer, and some people say that it is easy. Now, for me, creativity is a bit of a mixed one. I think I'm going to put it as a 3 because it's not what we standard understand by creativity, but you definitely do need creativity as a software developer in order to solve problems, complex problems. But it's not what we normally understand by creativity. I don't think we should do anything because it's hot, because it's cool, because it's trendy. So for me, just that reason goes at the bottom of the pile. And I don't think software development is easy. I don't think becoming a software developer is necessarily easy. It's not impossible, but it's not easy. So I'm just going to put it as a 2. The next 3 items are automation, school, and job security. What I mean by automation is if you are the kind of person that enjoys automating tasks to make their work easier, I think you should definitely try software development and programming. It's probably your cup of tea. This one, the school, refers to the fact that your school, K-12, might offer computer science or some form of programming or coding. I think in that case, you should give it a go. I think you should try it, see if it's for you. If you're in college or university, and or you're at the age where you're about to go to college or university, you should maybe first try a few coding tutorials online, try things by yourself, because it's a big investment to go to college and university in many states, and it might not be for you, so you might be paying a lot of money. But if it's in school, in K-12, I would say give it a go, see if you enjoy it. Job security is a bit unusual maybe for some people to be included in this list because you can definitely get fired as a software developer. The business you're working for might go bankrupt, so you can definitely lose your job. But because the demand for software developers is so much higher than the number of software developers out there, it means that you can quite easily find a new job. So for me, in this case, job security is a 4. The next 3 things are curiosity, variety, and flexibility. Curiosity refers to the simple fact that you are a curious person that is always looking for things, trying to understand how they work. That's a big reason for being a software developer. I think if you're a curious person by nature, you should give it a go. Maybe try to figure out how your mobile phone works, how that application that you use all the time works in the background, and you might very soon discover that you really enjoy programming and you really enjoy coding. Variety refers to the fact that there are many types of software development jobs. There's front-end development, there's back-end development, there's mobile development, there's embedded system development, there's DBA stuff, there's DevOps, there's a lot of stuff which is under the general term of software development. And I think this is actually really important. I'm going to give it a 4. There's a lot of stuff to do and discover. Flexibility is particularly important in the current times. You can work from home, you can work remotely as a software development, you can work remotely as a software developer, and there are a lot of perks associated to working in the tech industry. For me, it's not the main driver. I think the ways of working are changing anyway. I'm going to put flexibility as a 3, but it is a big important reason for many other people. Next 3 things are the fact that there are multiple paths into becoming a software developer. You might be someone who has a big idea, and there are a lot of jobs as software developer outside of the tech industry. We'll talk about that in a second. But when it comes to paths in, well, you could study computer science or software development, but you could also do boot camps, you can do self-learning. There are a lot of materials out there on the internet for free. So there are a lot of different ways in which you can become a software developer. I'm going to give it a go. It's still not easy becoming a software developer. It's still quite challenging for many people, but the fact that there are many ways to become a software developer, I think it's important. Now, the big idea. Let's say you're the kind of person who says, oh, I know what the next Facebook or the next Google is going to be. I want to be a software developer to be able to implement that idea. And although I admire that way of thinking, I'm going to rank it at the bottom of the pile here, because it's very hard actually to build an application that is used successfully by millions of people. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try to learn programming. I definitely recommend that for you, but just be aware that building the next big thing is going to be a challenge. Most times when we think about software development jobs, we think about the tech industry. But the reality is there are many industries outside of tech that hire software developers. Healthcare, finance, manufacturing, you name it, you will probably find a software development job in any industry nowadays. And I think this is actually really cool because, you see, you might not be motivated building social apps or these apps for mobile phones, but you might be motivated by making an impact in healthcare, in manufacturing, or in some other industry, and there is a place for you. The next 3 are not being driven by consumption, but by creation. The fact that in the tech industry we tend to value people's ability, not their looks, and the fact that you can move very easily from a software development job into many adjacent roles. Consuming over creation. I mean, this is something that I subscribe to, but it's more as a general principle. Just because you see that as a society we have a problem with consumption doesn't necessarily mean that software development is for you. I'm going to put it as a 2. I think you should still try to figure out whether you enjoy programming, whether you're a kind of problem solver person, automation, whether you have a curiosity, an inclination towards coding. I think we have to figure out that first before actually deciding to be a software developer. In the software industry, we kind of moved to a large extent. Obviously, you can always have exceptions from looking at how people look, their appearance, to actually valuing them for their ability. And this is important. I'm going to rank it somewhere in the middle. But I know for many people, they're trying to work in industries where they're valued for what they can do, not how they look or how they dress, etc. Moving up or to the side, this actually, I think for me, is very important, because once you're a software developer, you can do many other roles. You can become a manager of a team of developers, you can become a project manager, you can be a technical architect, you can become an advocate for technology, you can become an instructional designer. There are many jobs that you can then do that are associated to software development. The last three items we have on our list are: you're the geeky, nerdy kind of person, you want to access an industry that accepts many working styles and personalities, or you want to be your own boss in some form or another. There are many people who say, oh, you look a little bit nerdy or geeky, you should be a software developer. I kind of disagree. I don't think it's the case that all software developers are geeky or nerdy, or that you need to be geeky or nerdy to be a software developer. Give programming a go, and if you enjoy it, then become a software developer. But just being geeky or nerdy, you can be geeky or nerdy about many things, not just software development. Thankfully, the software industry accepts many working styles and personalities. That means that if you're an introvert or an extrovert, if you're someone who prefers working individually or as part of a team, it doesn't matter. You can be a software developer. I'm going to put there in the middle. The last item is being your own boss, and this can manifest itself in several different ways. You can have all sorts of side projects as a software developer, you can be a freelancer, or you can actually start a company. I'm going to rank it as 3. I put a lot of value in this flexibility of working for yourself, but it's not necessarily an easy thing to do, so I'm putting it in the middle just to balance that sort of like great thing about working for yourself, but also the fact that it's difficult. There you go. This is the way I see things. This is the way I've ranked some of the main reasons for being a software developer, but you might rank them differently. So tell me in the comments area if you would rank certain items in a different way. I do want to know. And another thing I want to know is, have I missed any of the main reasons for being a software developer? If you can think of such a reason, drop a comment and I will give you my take on where I think that reason should be in this scale of 5 to 1. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.